Hello and welcome to the Witch Source. I'm Whitney, and today I'm going to do a spell that I hope will help a lot of you. I know it's helped me. So, there's a theory that what happens when we try to reverse a curse and return it to the sender is that all we end up doing is we end up bouncing that curse back and forth, and we end up just throwing that energy back and forth at each other. And so therefore we're never actually getting rid of it, right? Like it just keeps going. It's this constant exchange. So this spell allows you to take that curse or negative energy that's being sent your way and strip it of the negative piece. So you're going to just um, basically cleanse the energy and transform that energy into energy that you can then use and put towards something that you want, right? So it's like the ultimate revenge, right? Because if somebody's trying to wish ill on you and wish bad things for you, and the bad just never happens, like the good happens instead, um, that's really what I mean. There is no like greater way to win, right? Like to accept that energy. So hopefully this will help you. You can use, I'm going to use three of our natural beeswax candles, which are programmable because they're just natural. So you can charge them with any intention or purpose. So I'm using these. You can use whatever candles you have available because please remember, never let the lack of, say, proper spell ingredients stop you from doing your magic, because the magic itself is what's really important. And yes, it's great to have the right herbs and oils and candle color, and those kinds of things. But if you don't have it, don't let that stop you. Okay, because that's not the important thing. The important thing is that you're doing the work that needs to be done, and that you're staying magical, right, in that way. So that being said, you can use three white tea lights. You can use three chime candles. It doesn't matter. Some people like to use a black candle for the first part, and you'll see we're going to need three. So some people like to use a black candle and then a gray candle and then a white candle, which works very, very well. I highly recommend doing that if you have that. And if you don't, that's okay. You can use just um, whatever colors you have available that feel right for you, and you make it work for you. Okay. So if you had just three white tea lights, right, you could program those and charge them with the intention of what you're doing. So for today, I'm going to use these three. And you have a few options. Um, so you can, well, I want you to write, right? And you can use a marker, you can use a pencil. I'm going to use this big marker so maybe you guys can see everything that I'm writing very clearly. But you can use a pencil if you prefer. It does not matter. And then another option is to use salt. And I'll tell you when that can be done. But what you're going to do is you're just going to draw three circles. Okay, and just do this the best you can. They don't have to be perfect. It doesn't really matter. And you can make them small, big, large. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever feels right for you. Okay. But in this one, we're going to name the curse, uh, and or negativity. Okay. And then in this next one, we're actually going to name it cleared or transmuted, um, something to that effect. And you can do either one, so, or both. So, or I'm just gonna call this the clear and transmute, or you can write transform. It doesn't matter. And then for this circle, you're going to put whatever you want it to go towards, right? So, whatever you would rather use this energy for, once you've stripped it of all the negativity, once you've cleared and transmuted it to energy that you can then use. So, for this, I'm going to put, we'll just say abundance and joy. How's that? Okay. Now, the next piece is you're going to draw an arrow between these, okay? Because that's where you're sending the energy. Now, the next part of this is you can take salt and line the circles with salt. That's an option, okay? That's something that you can do. I'm not going to do that here today, but it's definitely something that you can do. Now, you can also add in your oils and your herbs, okay? So you can make this spell as witched up as you would like, right? It doesn't really matter. So if like what I would probably do, um, an option like using some of our oils. I would use our Clear and Protect oil, maybe on the first one, and then the Love and Light oil on the second one of ours. And then on the last one, I would use maybe Pot of Gold or the Big Bang oil, depending on what you're wanting to create or bring in. So that's entirely an option as well. It really just depends on what it is that you are wanting to do. Now, I am get my extra little piece here. I'm going to pull out my slate plate because I want to do this spell on a fire safe surface. So here is my beautiful slate plate, so that I can burn my candles and I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about if the paper catches on fire or anything crazy happening. I'm still okay. Okay. And you know what? Let's make this really good and fun. I'm going to grab the oils as well that I was talking about and show you. So I'm going to grab Clear and Protect, Big Bang, Love and Light. Some herbs you might want to incorporate would be maybe some of your protecting and clearing herbs. So you could do like your sage. You could do the lobelia. You could do the conqueror ritual powder that we have. So you have any of those other options that you could do as well. Okay, so there's always options. And you can just, like I said, make this as witchy as you want. So first I'm going to first I'm going to take the moment to hold my candle, right? And I'm going to charge this thing up, right? So I start by rubbing the candle in between my hands and I focus on the energy and the intention that I want. So what I'm doing right now is I'm like making a vacuum with my hands. And I'm pulling in that negative energy that's being sent my way. And I'm pulling in if I believe there's any kind of curse, and you can just say any and all curses and negativity known and unknown from all sources, right? And just put that in there. So I'm going to charge this up. Okay, so I have asked that all of that energy be put and transformed and sucked into this candle. So this candle now holds all of that negative intention and energy that's being sent my way, any kind of curse or negativity. It's all in here now. Okay, it's all in this candle. So now the next thing I'm going to do is find my lighter. That's always beneficial, right? Here we go. Okay. Now, with these candles, since I'm doing just a bee stick, I'm going to just melt the end here, and then I'm going to put it right in the middle. And I'm just going to hold it for a second and let it do its thing where it gets hard, and then voila, it stands up all on its own. Okay. So now, the next candle, I'm going to go ahead and then put my Clear and Protect ritual oil. Okay. And I'm just going to use a drop. It doesn't take a lot, you guys. As my sister always says, waste not, want not. Okay. So I have anointed my candle. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to light this one. Okay. I'm going to let that one start burning. Now, let me move this back a little bit so I don't burn my camera. Okay. Now, my next candle, and you guys, if you have like a tea light that you're using, you can just hold it in your hand and do like this number to charge these up. If you don't have the stick that you can roll, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so now this next candle, I'm going to take all of this negative energy that we're pulling and sucking in here. Oops, I blew it out because I'm talking over it. We're going to take all this negative curse and energy here out of this candle, and we're going to ask that it be moved and cleared and transformed into this candle. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to just pull in that love and light energy, that source divine energy, that I'm done with this energy. No more, right? Like this is my form of vengeance is taking this and making it into something useful, right? So you can look at this however you want. Like you can pull in um really you want to focus on pulling in that transmuting and clearing, right? So you want to strip and say, I am done with this cursed energy that we have now put into this other candle, and we are transforming it and stripping it down to just pure raw energy. And so I'm focusing on that, and I'm putting that intention into this, that it's just energy that's raw and available. Yes. Okay. Now, once you have that good and programmed in here, that all of that is now being stripped and cleared away and made neutral, right? You're neutralizing this essentially, is what's happening. Okay. Now I'm going to put this one down. Okay. And on this one, to help with that clearing process, even though I've already done the clear and protect oil, on this one, I'm just going to do the love and light to help assist with the transmuting. Okay. Okay. Now, go ahead and light this one up. I hope that that does not do anything to hurt my camera. I think we should be okay. Okay. Now, the final one is where I'm going to take all that energy that has now been sucked in and clean and cleared, and I'm going to put it to use to what I want, right? So I'm going to program this for abundance and joy. So now I'm going to take all that energy. I'm going to imagine all of that cleared, transmuted, available energy, right? Because if somebody is cursing you, right? This is the thing about curses. Not only do you have the possibility of backlash, right? From doing or somebody doing a curse, they have to worry about the backlash. It takes a lot of their personal energy to do a curse, which is why a lot of practitioners don't curse because they don't want to put the time and energy into it. Um, it's very depleting, right? Like that's a lot of energy. If you want to do a really good wicked curse, it's going to take a lot out of you and a lot of energy, and it's going to require some amount of sacrifice, whether that be the energy, if you're doing some kind of blood magic, giving an offering, whatever the case may be, right? So that's a lot of energy. So I don't think curses are as frequent as people think. I think more or less it's just the negative ill wishes that are being sent because somebody's mad or somebody's upset about something or they're jealous, right? So they're sending you negative energy, which again, you can still use for this, right? For this process. It's just the probability of you being cursed is pretty low. The probability of somebody wishing you ill, that's pretty high, right? Either way, we're going to use that energy. Now, I'm going to take all of that energy and put it to work for me to bring in abundance and joy into my life. Yes. And I'm going to give thanks for this energy that I can now use. And yeah. So this spell, yeah, feels good. Okay. So this spell, you can do this monthly, you can do it weekly, you can do it just one time, whatever you feel like is necessary for you. Whatever you feel like is, oops, let me get the bottom done. Whatever you feel like is going to work best for you, that's what really matters, right? What feels right. Like if you feel like there's a lot of negativity going on around you, something just doesn't feel right, like go ahead and do the spell then, right? That's okay. All right, so on this one, I'm going to use the Big Bang because our Big Bang ritual oil is all about creation. It has that power of creation to create, it assists you in creating whatever it is you want, which is why we called it the Big Bang. Um, and this name just came to me and it would not leave me. And I just was like, sister, it's got to be Big Bang. That's what we're making. It's Big Bang. It's the creation of whatever you want. It just fuels it, it energizes it, it pushes that creation energy out there for you, right? And that was the intention and the magic put into this particular oil, and that's why I love it. It's great oil. I'll do a little bit more just because I love this stuff. Okay, now we are going to light this one up. Like I said, use whatever you have available, okay? And do it as often as you feel like you need to. That's the important thing. If you feel off, if you feel there's negativity, if you feel like somebody is sending you bad juju, go ahead and do this spell, okay? And use it for your purposes. And right, like that's the sweetest revenge is living a happy life, where you're not worried about them, or whoever they are that might be sending you this negative juju. Um, so again, if you feel like this is something that you need to do, and okay, let's say another possibility is, let's say you feel like this person is constantly attacking you. Okay, you can actually then, instead of doing abundance and joy, you could put protection right over here and make this be protection for you. All right. That is entirely a great use and purpose to say, you know what, I'm going to take all that negative and cursed energy that you're sending me and I'm going to clear it. And I'm just going to use it to strengthen my own protections against you. Where it just doesn't even affect you. So that's entirely a possibility as well. You can do that if that's something that you're really battling with and struggling with. All right, you guys. So the next thing is just watch the candles, let them burn out. It doesn't necessarily matter. Need to restick this one pretty good. It doesn't necessarily matter, you know, which one goes out first or any of that kind of stuff. Some people might think it does. And I don't think it does, but I'll leave that up to you. Like if you feel like, okay, this one didn't go out right. I think my oils are making it not want to stick to the paper very well. Um, if you feel like, you know, well, my clearing one went out first, or my purpose one went out first. Well, okay, that's fine. If you feel like you got to trust your intuition, right? Magic is all about intuition. So you have to trust your intuition. So if you feel like, okay, well, I did this and this is the result I got, this is what the candles are saying, then redo it. Do it again. Do it again until you get the result that you want. The other thing about candles, and we should do a podcast pretty soon, I think, on candle magic. The other thing about candles is you want to watch them and see what they're doing. If you have smooth burning candles like this, your spell's working. You're good. You're golden, right? That's what that means. It means that your spell's working and there's not a whole lot of energetic interference going on. Now, if your candles are popping, they're hissing, they're have a very high dancing flame, that means that it's really having to work to clear and change this energy up, right? And so by the end, as the candle gets to the bottom, you want to see a smooth burn. And that lets you know, okay, my spell works, right? So by the time they're low and about to go out, if they are smooth burning, like these are now, except for when I talk at them or wave at them, um, then you're good. Okay. So it's really just about watching the candles. But we'll do a podcast on that soon. There's also a post up on the website, thewitchsource.com. If you go to Book of Shadows, you can find the candle magic post, and it'll give you more information as well. But we'll do a podcast just for those who would rather listen rather than read, and that's fine. Oop, I got another one that's about to turn over. Um, these candles really work best straight on the slate plate rather than on paper. Um, Usually, if you guys have seen my other spells, you'll see that I braid my candles together, which to me, I think is really good and highly effective way of doing the magic, and it creates a little base, which I love for the candles. That should work now. I got it out of the oil. Um, but yeah, so again, you guys never leave candles unattended, of course, for obvious reasons, right? Um, but yeah, we'll do that podcast very soon. But I hope this spell helps you. If you have, like, if you're using chime candles and you have the little containers, use the little containers, the little candle holders, and just stick them inside of the circles. Obviously, if you're using tea lights, you can put those inside the circles. So there's a lot of options available, you guys. But yeah, we'll do more on that soon. I hope this spell helps you to know what's possible for giving you more options than just a return to sender or trying to clear a curse. You can not only clear it, but you can then clean and clear the energy and use it. And I would definitely do this, especially if something is ongoing. If you feel like somebody is constantly attacking you, and I would do that part where you're putting it into your protections, so that every time that they are doing work towards you and against you, it's just reinforcing your strength and your protection. You can also do, and you can take this spell and tweak it and make it whatever you want, make it your own. Like if you want to do it where it's like an ongoing thing, right? Where like, and for that, I would probably do it monthly, right? Just to keep the energy going and ongoing. So I would redo this monthly. But you could make it where for the entire month, any negativity being sent your way is automatically clear and transmuted and then put to your purpose, like protection or abundance, joy, or whatever spell work that you're working on, right? A new job or debt removal or whatever the case may be for you, whatever you're working on. But in that case, if you want something that's going to be an ongoing, I would definitely recommend doing this monthly. And I think doing it on the moon cycle is an option. Now, you can do this spell anytime you need to. Planetary timing, day of the week, the moon cycle. None of that really matters for this type of spell because this is a needed spell, right? Like if you need to do this spell, then just do it, right? Because need trumps everything. So you can definitely do it outside of a moon cycle. But if it's something that you want to keep running and have running for a moon cycle, then I would definitely pick what day, what moon cycle you want to run that with, whether that be, the new moon, the full moon, a waxing moon, a waning moon, doesn't really matter. Whatever you choose, as long as you're doing it each month with that moon cycle. All right, you guys, I think that's it for me. I'll let these burn down and out. They're burning very smooth, so I think I am all good and in the clear. So that's good news. But I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to check out the podcast anywhere you listen to podcast, just search for The Witch Source. We are online at thewitchsource.com. You can get readings, get magical supplies and goodies. Check out the blog post. You'll also find links to our social media and the podcast there as well. You can listen. Um, Please subscribe on YouTube and share. You guys, we really appreciate if you share and subscribe. We're trying to get to a certain amount of subscribers so that we can unlock more things in YouTube. So our goal is always to, of course, keep growing, but I would like to try to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It would really help us out a lot. So if you can share and make sure you're subscribing, it's greatly appreciated. And what else? Let's see, Facebook, The Witch Source. And then we also have an awesome Facebook group, which is the Witch Source Society. You can get in there, ask questions, get support. We do some special things just in the group sometimes. So you can check that out. We are just now starting some healing, a healing post. So every week we'll post, and anybody who needs some healing energy, you can comment, and it's an exchange. Okay. So if you're posting there, you also want to send out love, light, and healing energy to everyone else who is posting. Okay. And that way we're all sending it out to each other. And it really will help each other out, all of us. All right, you guys, that's it for me. I hope that you all have a fabulous day, and don't forget to stay magical.